Good evening. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has accused the SNP of devolving austerity. He was speaking at the Scottish Party's conference where he claimed independence would lead to a hard border between Scotland and the rest of Britain. The SNP said Mr Corbyn's speech displayed denial and delusion. Our political correspondent Nick Eardley is in Perth.
Can Jeremy Corbyn find the formula for success? The party's loss in Copeland has left further questions over its electability. Today Mr Corbyn arrived in Scotland to try and rally the troops.
Now is not the time to retreat, to run away or to give up.
So what's the plan? Much of the strategy will be opposing government policies at Westminster, but there was an attack on the SNP too for not doing enough to mitigate them.
The SNP likes to say they're standing up for Scotland, but actually they're standing by and devolving Tory austerity to every doorstep in Scotland.
Kezia Dugdale has been trying to cement her opposition to Scottish independence this weekend. Her UK counterpart agrees. The case now, he says, weaker than it was in 2014.
People don't like the fact that an independent Scotland that stays in the EU would mean joining the euro and having a hard border with the rest of Britain. To the SNP, I say this: listen to the people and respect democracy. The Scottish people are telling you, get on with your job and start fixing the mess that you have made.
He may have had some accidental praise for the Nationalists.
Well done, Scottish Labour, and well done, our MSPs, for keeping that up. Got that one, didn't you?
But they were unimpressed.
In terms of the powers that we have here in Scotland, whether it's through the child poverty bill that we're going to be bringing forward here in Scotland, whether it's through the 100 million we spent on the welfare mitigation in terms of the Tories' draconian welfare cuts, we're doing what we can with our powers. But what certainly won't help is Jeremy Corbyn waving the white flag to a Tory hard Brexit.
He's always successful in getting his supporters to their feet. They hope it's not too late to persuade others, but they should be just as enthusiastic about Corbyn's Labour. Nick Eardley reporting Scotland, Perth.
A man has been detained by police after the deaths of another man and a woman in Dundee. Police were called to the Drumlanrig Drive area of the city this morning. A 32-year-old man and a 43-year-old woman were found dead. A Police Scotland spokesman said a 42-year-old man was detained in connection with the incident. A man found dead in a house in Johnson in Renfrewshire had significant injuries, police have said. The 42-year-old's body was discovered yesterday and detectives are treating the death as suspicious. A 36-year-old woman has been charged in connection with the death of a man in Perth yesterday. Douglas Anderson, who was 39, died following an incident in the city's Dunnock Park area in the early hours of yesterday morning. A major search for a teenager who is believed to have fallen from cliffs at Arbroath in Angus has been extended. A Coast Guard helicopter, 4 rescue teams and 2 lifeboats have been involved in the search for the 18-year-old who was reported missing yesterday. It's been confirmed that the Celtic legend Billy McNeill is suffering from dementia. The Lisbon Lions player was diagnosed with the condition 7 years ago. His wife, Liz, has called for more research into the illness and its possible links with football. Jackie O'Brien reports.
The former Celtic captain Billy McNeill became the first Briton to lift the European Cup after a 2-1 win over Inter Milan in Lisbon in 1967. He led his team to 9 successive league titles. It's now emerged that the 76-year-old, famed for his heading skills, has been battling dementia and struggles to speak or even remember his past achievements.
So, for the 18th time in the history of this amazing club, Celtic won the Scottish Cup.
In a newspaper interview, his wife Liz has spoken about his degenerative condition and has called for more research to be conducted into dementia, including any possible links to heading a football.
He did a lot of heading of the ball, and we have to think it may have had an effect. And it shows you the contrast between the superb athlete and the athlete who succumbs to a process which we have to examine carefully so that others won't suffer in the future. So no, the lustre of his fame will remain, and in fact, I think it will be accentuated enormously by that.
In a statement, Celtic Football Club says Billy McNeill, who has been honoured with this statue, faced his condition with true bravery, a quality synonymous with the man himself. Jackie O'Brien reporting Scotland, Glasgow.
The Scots swimmer Michael Jamieson has announced his retirement from the sport. The high point of his career was an Olympic silver medal in the 200 metres breaststroke at London 2012. He then encountered health problems and struggled to reproduce his form at the Commonwealth Games 2 years later. Rugby and Glasgow Warriors have lost their Pro 12 match against Ospreys in Swansea. The final score was 26 points to 15, with the Welsh side running in 4 tries to Glasgow's 2. Well, now it's time for the weather for this evening and the start of the week, and Judith is at the map. Judith.
Thank you very much, Rona. Good evening to you. Well, we're experiencing the remnants of what the Irish Weather Service have named their fifth named storm, I should say, Ewan. It's not a storm for us, but it's an area of low pressure, as you can see, and it's introducing outbreaks of rain that will continue to affect the north, and also widespread gales with the weather warning in force, especially for the Northern Isles. We'll see the strongest gales tonight, but tomorrow that all moves away and things open out, so a much different day. But then actually that low returns for Tuesday. So as far as tonight's concerned, we still have that rain lying across northern Scotland. There'll be a winteriness over higher ground. It's drier already across the south. Still very strong winds across the north and the east, but the wind's easing further south. Fairly widespread frost inland, and we will see 1 or 2 showers across more western areas. Under those clear skies, temperatures fall away, and then we're left with the next problem, which will be an ice warning coming in from the Wet Office. Widespread ice expected later in the night and first thing tomorrow morning. It's a yellow warning, so be aware of that on untreated surfaces. So tomorrow it's a much different day, a brighter day. Sunny spells from first light, some brightness really everywhere. Still some showers across more northern areas, wintry over higher ground, improving over Shetland as the winds ease and the rain moves away. As far as the rest of the UK is concerned, like Scotland, it will feel much colder everywhere. Some blustery showers expected further south. Again, there'll be a winteriness to those showers, but it will be bright as well. Some sunshine really everywhere. It'll be quite windy further south too. So back in Scotland, we are looking at plenty of sunshine to end the day on. It will feel colder tomorrow night with a fairly widespread frost. That's your forecast.
And that's Reporting Scotland. Our next update's just after the 10 o'clock news. Until then, good night.